So, okay, we'll go to next week. We can go over the previous week as well. It's basically updated the sales with the DVD sales. But yeah, they have the updated sales. And yeah, Tony Dark Face, it's actually selling pretty decent considering that it's not a good movie. But yeah, Tony Dark Fate is selling worse. Tony Dark Fate is selling pretty badly. No one's really buying Dark Fate because the movie's garbage. It'll probably sell a million by the end of the year. Wouldn't be surprised because it is a Terminator movie at the end of the day. But yes, Midway outsold Terminator Dark Fate in 1 week. This is just so hilarious how poorly Terminator Dark Fate is doing. And all these woke movies. But then we have a movie that the critics hated. The movies that the critics hated so much. Movies the critics hate so much. But yet they're doing better than the movies that the critics love. Midway is probably going to be Us and by a second weekend, okay? Us did completely horribly on Blu-ray, okay? When you go to theaters, they're not going to theaters. When you go to the store, you see Us sitting on store shelves, not selling. Us is just not selling. Nobody bought Us, okay? A Read About Angel sold more copies in its first week than Us there was an entire lifetime as a movie, okay? Us is not selling. Nobody cares about Us besides the stupid critics who called Us a masterpiece, who said Us was the movie you had to see, and it didn't sell, and it still made money at the theaters. But it didn't leave a lasting impression on the audiences, okay? Look at Blu-ray sales compared to, the actual, sales. Some movies are doing unfortunately better. Midway is doing very similar to Rambo Last Blood when that came out, and Rambo Last Blood I think is still on here, and that sold 2.6 million copies. And the critics hated Rambo Last Blood for the stupidest reasons. Okay, actually, Rambo Last Blood sold better on Blu-ray and DVD, but Midway is beating Terminator Dark Fate. And this is all I have to tell you, that the critics are completely just stupid and just dumb. They don't make any sense at all. They pop up movies, but no one sees the movies they call masterpieces. And, the movies that people want to see are selling better than the movies like Us. Movies like, Booksmart, okay? Movies that nobody cares about, okay? No one cares about Booksmart but the critics, okay? No one cares about, whatever garbage the critics pop up because they don't sell. They don't sell, okay? There's only very few times where the only times where they actually do sell is if they get like Best Picture by the Oscars, okay? And yeah, that's probably the extent they probably sell, okay? If you look at the list of the best-selling movies here, you can see Midway's at number one, and A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is a movie the critics called amazing, and it's an amazing movie according to critics. Even though Midway made less money than A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, I have not seen it, and I don't know what it's about, but it's selling less copies on Blu-ray and DVD than Midway, and and Ford v Ferrari is selling pretty well, which is basically similar to a movie called Russ. And, it's very similar to that movie, where it's about racing and race cars, which will probably sell a million copies, give or take, if it really depends on the rigs of the movie. If Ford v Ferrari has good rigs, it'll probably sell a million copies by the end of the year. Considering there's no new movies, coming out this year, I think, due to the circumstances, I think Ford v Ferrari will probably pass a million copies on Blu-ray. Midway will probably pass 1 million copies. It's selling pretty well on Amazon. Joker already did. Joker will probably pass 2 million copies by the end of the year. Rambo Last Blood is selling pretty well. Dr. Sweep, not selling too well because no one really cared about Dr. Sweep. And yeah, we have all these movies that the critics pop up, but they just do not sell, okay? We compare it to, let's just compare, Dark Fate to Alita Battle Angel, okay? Alita Battle Angel sold way better, had better rigs than Dark Fate. Dark Fate just not selling, okay? No one's buying Dark Fate, and at the end of the year, it'll probably sell even less copies than Alita by the end of this year, okay? It's kind of like how Captain Marvel was beaten by Justice League. Justice League of all movies, okay? A movie that everybody hated. Still sold more copies than Captain Marvel. Whereas you can really tell how bad Captain Marvel is as a movie, okay? The fact that it's selling worse than Justice League is just absolutely hilarious, absolutely just funny to watch. Captain Marvel not selling, which I made a video about that as well, about Captain Marvel selling worse than Justice League. People always compare Captain Marvel to Alita, but you really have to just look at Justice League sales compared to Captain Marvel and see which movie is more popular. Justice League being Captain Marvel. It's being Captain Marvel. It seems that Captain Marvel, despite grossing $455 million domestically, despite grossing that much money, was of course according to the 5 people on Twitter and people who pay formers, gross matters. Well, at Blu-rays, it depends on it. Really matters if your movie is good, movie has good wigs, and your movie has good story. Okay, if a movie is good and people like it, it's gonna sell past 1 million copies. But if people don't like a movie, like, for example, Captain Marvel, is not going to sell as well as people would expect it to be. And they're always going to point to these 5 movies. They're going to point to Us. Oh, this is Us is not selling? Proof that digital is better than, digital is, the future, okay? I don't know why they just can't realize that. People don't like Hustlers. People don't like Us and all these movies they pop up. Look at Hustlers compared to Rambo. Hustlers is dead on this side, okay? Dead. No one's watching Hustlers. Movie is selling just like Us, okay? But the critics they called Hustlers a masterpiece. It made $100 million domestically. But it's being outsold by Rambo Last Blood. It's being outsold by Alita. It's being outsold by essentially every movie that people actually want to see, that people actually care about, okay? It's not selling like hotcakes, okay? It's not selling. Nobody's buying Hustlers, okay? No one cares about this movie. The only people who care about the movie is the 5 people on Twitter, and they're not an audience that movie companies should be going after, because the 5 people on Twitter do not give a crap about your movies that they come out with, okay? And yeah, if you look at these sales, if you look at the best-selling movies of last year, okay, you can see there's a DET to watch at home chart. There's a new one, DET 20 watch at home chart. I gotta see what this is. Oh, this is the new one. Okay, I'll go over this later. Yeah, I'll go over this later. Star Wars being number 1 is not surprising. Even though Rise of Skywalker is a garbage film, Star Wars is still one of the highest grossing movie franchises on the face of the planet. And you have here top selling video sales by the end of 2020. And yes, look at this. Look at what Hustlers is, okay? Hustlers is selling worse than Spider-Man Far From Home in the White House, okay? Selling worse than Ad Astra, okay? It's selling worse than, and then here, I'm going to go over another funny, hilarious example. Oh, there was a movie came out in 2018 called Peppermint. No one watched it. It didn't make that much money. It barely broke even. But guess what? It sold more copies than Us. A movie that was promoted at the hell about, was called a masterpiece. The critics said everybody had to see Us. Us was this amazing movie. And Peppermint sold more copies at the end of the day than Us. And look at the best selling movies here. You have movies like, Godzilla outselling, Mary Poppins. You have Alita Battle Angel outselling Man Black International. You have, which was a movie that nobody really watched. But of course, I'm not going to give Man Black International no Razzies, which means the movie is and it's selling better than Us. Okay? Us! A movie they called a masterpiece, but no one watched. And it sold way better than Booksmart, which, according to some users on Metacritic, usually watch Booksmart instead of Alita. But guess what Booksmart is? Well, it's nowhere. It's nowhere on the best-selling movies of the year, okay? Nowhere, okay? No one wants these woke movies, okay? And we're gonna just continue to hammer it to the head, okay? See that nobody cares about these movies that you guys pop up, that, that Rotten Tomatoes calls masterpieces, but they really are not. They really are not no masterpieces. And yeah, we'll get Us's, if Us came out after Rotten Tomatoes adjusted the audience scores, it would probably had a 95% to make sure Us had that score, okay? They would have made sure Us didn't get negative scores, okay? Didn't get a nearly mediocre, middle-of-the-road score, okay? So yeah, no one's buying Us. The movie's not selling, okay? No one's buying these woke movies. And it's going to go every single year. And Peppermint, even this year, this is 2020, and Peppermint's still selling bad. It's still selling. People are still buying the movie. But Us? Well, it's Us. The movie that Rotten Tomatoes, for example, gave near perfect scores, okay? I'm going to go to, let's go to Us. And let's go to Peppermint, okay? We can just see, okay, Us Okay? The movie gets so up. And let's compare it to Peppermint. Okay? The movie. Oh, it doesn't even show up. The movie doesn't even show up. Us. The movie that the critics called a masterpiece, but no one bought. Okay? Sonic will probably outsell Us. Okay? Sonic will probably outsell Us. And guess what? The critics said Us was one of the best movies of the year. Okay? They said that Us was one of the best movies of the year. It was one of the greatest movies of the year. Okay? You know, it was one of the greatest movies of 2019. Okay? You know, according to Rotten Tomatoes. I can't find it anymore, but yeah. Yeah, basically they called it a masterpiece and nobody bought it. Nobody cared about Us, okay? I gotta see, Get Out. I think they put it have it by, actor, because I know Get Out, they have that one on there. Get Out, which is his other movie they made, which they called a masterpiece, but yeah, no one will remember this movie anymore, okay? Cause I know he made the movie Get Out, so yeah. His most favorite movie, he made Little Fockers. Yeah, Little Focker was a flop. Then we have Us, which had a 93%, but look at this audience score. Look at the score, okay? This is before Rotten Tomatoes changed the scores, okay? I think Us was one of the few reasons why they changed the scores of verified ratings, okay? Besides Captain Marvel and Dumbo, okay? Because they didn't want to see Disney in a bad light, okay? This is why, because they don't want people to know the real opinions, okay? They don't want people to say, oh look, this movie was popping up, people don't like it, okay? And let's look at Alita. I can't look up Israel's one because they have those rigged scores now. Well, basically, well, look at this, 92%. That's far more than Us, far more than Us. And you've got Metacritic for Sonic, even the Sonic movie, which the critics hated. Because it ruins the artists. It ruins the artist's vision. Okay? Ruins the artist's vision, but still 93% of people like the Sonic movie. 93% of people, okay, 93 of Sonic fans, okay, we have to put all the audience scores because, without the rigged Disney scores, but yeah, 91% of Sonic people will like the Sonic movie. 91%, but it's gonna sell more copies than Us. And now we'll get the movie that they hated so much, Peppermint, okay? The movies that the critics, wanted this movie gone. They wanted this movie to be canceled, and the movie was okay. It wasn't a great movie, but it has a higher score than Us. It's selling better on Blu-ray. And yeah, it's being Us on Blu-ray, which is a movie they called a masterpiece, okay? And it's beating, all these movies they call masterpieces, but they're not really out. They really are not. And these woke movies that they call masterpieces, they're not no masterpieces, okay? They're no masterpieces, no one's buying them, okay? And they're not selling on Blu-ray or DVD at all, okay? They're not selling they didn't sell on digital either. They're not selling anywhere where you can buy movies, okay? They're not anyone's first choices because nobody likes Hustlers. Nobody likes Us. Nobody likes Booksmart. No one likes Dark Fate. No one likes Captain Marvel. And nobody likes Black Christmas. Nobody likes Sorry Angels. And no one, and the various other thousands of many woke movies that come out, like Ad Astra. They had to turn that movie into about toxic masculinity when they really didn't need to turn about toxic masculinity. I think it would have made money if Disney didn't make it about toxic masculinity because they had to be woke, and they had to go broke. Okay? Birds of Prey not selling, and we're gonna get to that later. That's basically it. Goodbye.